Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday evening only here on YouTube. Want to welcome you to the October 28th, 2023 50s and early 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. How many 45s do I have pulled for tonight? I have, wait, what is that? That's not right. I thought I had like 51. 52. So we're going to finish early there, Mr. Joe Shacatano. But welcome here to the program. If you're new to the program, I am here from 9 p.m. till 12 midnight. I spin my original vinyl 45s, mainly your request. I added a couple today to it and some flip sides that nobody mentioned from last week, so I decided to add those in. And so I want to say hi to all in the chat room there. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have 3 shows here that I do. This is the big show on Saturday night. It's a 50s and early 60s show. Wednesday night, I do an all soul show. And we just started with the new Times Square record countdown, the top 150 in sales. From, I think it was July and August of 1962. So that had a cool results too. So thank you all for tuning into the program tonight. We opened up tonight with a saxophonist. I'm sure many of you recognize that saxophonist there, Mr. Red Prysock and his orchestra. Opened up with... Actually, I opened up tonight with a flip side. I played on the October 14th show. I featured his tune called Rock and Roll, and this was the flip side, a song he wrote. It was called Little Jamie. It was his 4th of 21 on the Mercury record label, released in February 55. Red Prysock on Mercury. Always great to open up the shows with Red Prysock. Little Jamie. Well, enough of my babbling here. You know, we started off with 2 up-tempos. The second one is an obscure one, but many will know this one here. This group from Brooklyn, New York. It's on Thomas Robinson's Atlas record label. Now, the lead singer of this group previously sang with the Wrens. He did the lead on Begging for Love. His name, Francie Frenchie Concepcion, but he would leave that group, the Wrens, to become the lead singer of a group called the Travelers. And he changed his name to Frank Lopez, and he wrote this tune. It's with Cliff Driver and the orchestra. They're providing the instrumentation. So let's open up the vocal portion here with a cool record from August 1957, The Travelers on the Atlas label. It's called Lenora. Da 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 dum ba da dum ba da dum ba da do da 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 dum ba da Lenora. Boom, 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 da, da, da. Lenora, your dark eyes are shining. In the night I am finding sweet love for you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, Lenora, I really love you so. I'll never let you go, 'cause you're mine, Lenora. Bum, 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 bum. On the night that we parted, well, love was meant to be, and now I'm broken hearted. Why can't you sing to listen to me, oh Lenora? I really love you so. I'll never let you go. Never forget Lenora.
doom ba da doom ba da doom ba da do 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 do.
Here you go from August 1957. We open up the vocal portion with the Travelers there. Frank Lopez on lead, a.k.a. Frenchie Concepcion Lenora. Lenora on the Atlas record label, and he wrote the tune. And after this release, I think he would join the Quins that recorded on the Cyclone record label. I played their record. Hong Kong was actually the closer on Thursday afternoon, so we will continue with number 117 this coming Thursday. Interesting how I bought this record. I paid $6 for this 45. There was I think it was out, does anybody remember, were they called Record Exchange, where you had to send the records out to California and they would send out a like a little pamphlet with and they would call them so-and-so's auction, and you'd have to fill out the auction sheet and send it in. And then toward the end, he never returned all the records for the people that sent them out to him. Does somebody remember that? Because I was bidding on those things a little bit. That was one of the records that I won on one of those auctions there. But anyway, I got to go back and look through my stash because I kept all my records. I mean, my paper records of everything that I purchased. But anyway, enough of my babbling here. We continue here. Up next, not a very common 45. It's on this New York City-based label called Blue Jay. Now, when Spence showed me this record, I says, oh my God, are these the Blue Jays on Blue Jay? Which I would buy. By the way, he did offer me that record, but somebody tried to repair it. It had a terrible... I said, I can't play this record. But he had it. I think it was called I Wrote a Letter. I think that was the name of it. But I couldn't play. I said, Spence, I'm not even going to play it on the turntable. But he had this record here, which I've never seen before. But the Blue Jays are on this label, Blujays, from 1956, called Write Me a Letter. That was Blue Jay number 1002. This is Blue Jay 1000. This kicked off the label, and a writer credit goes to the band leader. His name is Nat Sledge. Nat Sledge, along with the Blue Jay Dance Band. Now, the lead singer on this, his name is William Baby Keeby, and there is some vocal group backing him up, and I've got to guess that it's that Blue Jays group. But it's kind of like a cool R&B group record. It's early 1958. This started off the label Blue Jay Records. It's not in great shape, I got to tell you in advance. It's Nat Sledge's Blue Jay Dance Band with William Baby Keeby on lead. It's called Be My Little Baby.
Well, be my little baby, and baby, hurry home. Yes, be my little baby, and baby, hurry home. I haven't had a loving since my little baby been gone. Well, you said that you love me, you said it with your heart and soul. Yes, you said that you love me, you said it with your heart and soul. Well, come back, baby, because I'm growing old, old, old. come back to me. Baby, please come back, baby, please come back to me. Well, I'm down here crying, I'm crying on bended knee. Well, keep a little baby, and baby, hurry home. Just keep a little baby, and baby, hurry home. I haven't had any loving since my little baby been gone.
There you go. What did you think of that? Kind of like a cool rockin' tune with a group in the background there. So, and I was buying, Spence was like, Johnny, Val doesn't have this record either, and I don't think Greg had it at the time when he was alive. I think I asked him about it. He said he didn't know anything about it. But anyway, there you go. That's a Nat Sledge's Blue Jay Dance Band. Now, the lead singer on there is William Baby Keeby. I think it was an early 1956 release there for this one here. It's called Be My Little Baby on the Blue Jay label, Blujay Records. Johnny G here, not being blue on a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. We count down the music chronologically here on the 50s edition. And this 45 released in October of 1951. And it's a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. I didn't see Daniel in chat, so don't know if he is, but this group from Baltimore, Maryland, recorded for Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. Now, the A-side of this, a song called Baby Please Don't Go, first written and recorded by Jolie Williams. That was back in 1942, but Daniel requested the flip side of this 45, and this song even goes back further, I think to 1930, first done by Sammy Fain, but Daniel requested this version as done by the Orioles. It features Sonny Till on lead. I have this one on red vinyl. Looks pretty cool here. October 1951 by request for Daniel Kubacki. The Orioles on the Jubilee record label. It's called Don't Tell Her What Happened to Me for Daniel.
I loved her, I lost her. She craved a thrill. Now she always haunts, yes, haunts my mind. Tell me where she is, tell me where she goes, tell me what she does, tell me who she knows, but don't tell her what's happened to me. If she says her life now is like a song, tell her she was right and tell her I was wrong. But please, please don't tell her what's happened to me. Let her remember me as I used to be. When her love for me made me strong, so strong and free. Well, ask her if the new kisses are divine. Ask her if they thrill just as much as mine. but don't tell her what happened to me. Don't tell her what happened to me.
It has going out to Daniel Kubacki, the sound of Sonny Till and the Orioles. That's their 23rd release already. As of October 1951 release on the Jubilee record label, Don't Tell Her What Happened to Me. October 51 release on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. They re-recorded this. Sonny Till and the Orioles would re-record this in 1963 for the Charlie Parker label. They re-recorded a bunch of their records there, kind of more contemporary sound, but they don't make records like that anymore. Sorry, you're not gonna hear records like that anymore. You'll hear it here on the Vinyl Treasures show. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and we move into 1953 now with this request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group from Harlem, New York, made their debut on Bobby Robinson's Robin label, a.k.a. Red Robin Records also, with the song Where Are You? That was in December of 51. Also, they had a second release. I think that's only on 78, if I'm not mistaken, which I do have on a bootleg 45, by the way. But they signed with Robert Weinstock's Prestige label. They recorded 2 singles on that label. I found both copies of this of their Prestige 45's up in was it Wallingford? No, where was that Connecticut show? The Connecticut show in oh man, it wasn't Wallingford, Connecticut, was it? Well, this one I bought from Mike Demersion so many years ago, and the other one was from someone by the name of Ron Baldino. He sold me the maroon copy. I think he's since passed away, but he came in with he used to work for Columbia Records, and he brought a whole bunch of stuff in, and I got to him early, and I bought that one. But anyway, I bought this from Mike Demersion. This is a request for Gordy Freeman. This is their first release on the Prestige record label. It features Ray Buddy Wooten on lead, January 1953. The Mellow Moods on Prestige. It's called Call on Me. This is for Gordy.
Call on me when you're feeling blue. Call on me when you're troubled too. And baby, I'll come a-running to you. Call on me when your eyes are wet with the tears that your heart had shed. And baby, I'll come a-running to you. Whenever I'm with you, my heart beats so gay. I want you to know that I'd be loving you always. Call on me when your skies seem gray. Call on me any hour, any day. And baby, I'll come a-running to you. Whenever I do my heart beats again. I want you to know that I'll be loving you always. Call on me when your skies seem gray. Call on me any hour, any day, and baby, I'll come a-running to
Hey, like that one there in the YouTube chat room there. That's by request for Gordy Freeman in our chat room. That's the Mellow Moods with the Ray Buddy Wooten on lead. January 53 released the first of two on the Prestige record label, Call on Me. I was saving that one for Brian Korn's special request show. He wants me to do a styrene show. That's a styrene 45, early styrene. Yes, which actually doesn't play so bad, I have to admit. Although that Decatur record that I was offered, I didn't like it. Same kind of press, but it was much too worn. But because I have it on a 78. What was it? Who did put that Decatur record? It's Johnny G drawing a blank here. Still with the COVID stuff. Let's continue. Here we are in 1953. Now, this is a request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut, and he wants to send this out. He wants to dedicate this to all the lovers of the old sound. Now, that would include my mother, who's tuned into the program. I have to say hello to Mama Galindo. She is tuned into the show, and she may like this song. I know she likes the Ink Spots, but this singer, he was born in Philadelphia, and from 1936, I think, through 1954, he was a member of the Ink Spots. Then he left for a solo career, but he was regarded as like one of the most influential high tenor singers of all time and noted for his bell-like vocal clarity. Charlene, where did you get that? And impeccable diction when he recorded. His name, Bill Kenny of the Ink Spots. First recorded solo back in 1951. He still remained a member of the Ink Spots through 1954. But let's give a listen to his 14th release on the Decca label, and this is requested by Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. The tune written by Stan Mark and Hilda Martin with Cy Oliver and his orchestra. This is from April 1953 for all the old-time sound listeners out there. Bill Kenny of the Ink Spots on the Decca label. It's called Who's to Blame?
If I lost the right of way leading to happiness, who's to blame? Who's to blame for this? If I spend each night and day with Madame loneliness, who's to blame? Who's to blame for this? I had the world at my feet. Life was sweeter than sweet, till someone just had to cheat. How foolish one can be. So if I'm condemned to pine till the end of my time, who's to blame? Who's to blame but me? I had the world at my feet. Life was sweeter than sweet, till someone just had to cheat. How foolish one can be. So if I'm condemned to pine till the end of my time, who's to blame? Who's to blame but me?
As by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut in our YouTube chat, and he wants to send that one out to all the lovers of the old sound for sure. April 1953. Bill Kenny of the Ink Spots. It's on the Decca record label. I ran Decca for a number of years. I collected the labels. I got a lot of stuff on Decca. And Who's to Blame is the name of the tune. Now, throughout the 50s, I think through the 70s, he recorded, toured the world, and appeared on a popular variety TV show. In 1966, he became the star and host of a musical variety show on CBC called The Bill Kenny Show. And besides Decca Records, he has releases. I saw them all on X and Vic and Tell and the Warwick labels, maybe a couple others too. But anyway, there you go. Bill Kenny of the Ink Spots. Let's move into 1954 now. Featured this group from Evanston, Illinois last week called the Gems. It was a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, but I played the debut single called Talk About the Weather. I mentioned that the tune was recorded earlier. I misspoke on that. That was not the case. It's the flip side. The flip side that was recorded earlier. First back in 1926 by Ben Pollock and the Californians. This version, released in June of 1954, again, it features the great Ray Pettis on lead. Let's go to June of 1954 for the Gems on the Drexel label. This is also on red vinyl. Looks pretty cool. All you guys and gals getting excited by the red vinyl. And the song is called Deed I Do.
Do I, do I, do I, do I, do I want you? Ooh, oh my, do I, ooh, baby, dear, I do I, oh my, do I need you? Oh my, do I, baby, you know I do, you know I do. I'm glad that I'm the one who found you. That's why I'm always hanging around. Do I, oh my, do I, need you? Oh my, do I, baby, you know I do, you know I do. I'm glad that I'm Do I need you? Oh my, do I, baby? You know I do.
I'll send that one out to my mom who's tuned into the program. I know she likes that record by Ray Pettis and the Gems. That's their debut single, their first of 5 on the Drexel label from June 1954. Deed I Do is the name of the tune. Now, the reason why I know so much about this record is because my aunt bought a 45 back in 1961 by the Cleftones called For Sentimental Reasons, and she would play the flip side of that 45, which is actually an up-tempo version of this tune, to those of you that don't play your flip sides. So you can check it out because the Cleftones cover that, amongst so many other groups that did it too. But I like that tune, The Gems with Ray Pettis. Let's continue here. We are in 1954. Here is another request and dedication from Mike Sape. He wants to send this next song out to Jimmy Amato and Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. This group out of Manhattan, as Louis Armstrong introduced this group to the A&R guy for Decca Records, and it resulted in 2 releases on the Decca label. This is their second. It features Ray Hulbert, Hulbert, Ray Hulbert on lead. We go to May of 1954. They're called the Mellowtones. The Mellowtones on the Decca label. I'm Just Another One in Love with You. The Mellowtones.
On the trees, add another note to a sweet melody. What more doesn't make any difference? I'm just another one in love with you. Another star to the star in the sky, and another drop to the rains passing by. One more doesn't make any difference. I'm just another one in love with you. Mind up to choose the one you care for. Well, I guess this is the wind up, 'cause my heart's too proud to be one of the crowd. Side to the many I've sighed. What's another key to the millions I've cried? One more doesn't make any difference. I'm just another one in love with you. One more doesn't make any difference. I'm just another one in love with
That's the sound of the Mellowtones. Mellowtones from May 1954. It's on the Decca record banner. I'm Just Another One in Love. That's Ray Hulbert on lead. That's by request for Mike Sabe, sending that one out to Jimmy Amato and Joe Shacatano in the YouTube chat room. Wow, that's a cool tune. Now, of course, this group would later sign to George Goldner's G record label as the Jets. And that's a 45 I still need. I don't even have a bootleg of that Jets 45. But that is a rare one. That's one I do not have on the G record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm playing. Very, very important. Let's continue now. Let's go to Los Angeles, California with this request for listener Edmund Williams. He requested some Halloween type songs here, and I only do a Halloween show if the show falls on October 31st, which happened quite a bit since 2005, but I'll play a couple tonight here, and he gave me some Halloween related songs, and this group would become well known later in their career, first recording as the Jayhawks, then the Vibes, and then the Vibrations. But Edmund requested the B-side to the group's debut single, their first release that came out on Charlie Reynolds' Flash record label. Counting My Teardrops is the A-side. That's the side that I usually play, but Edmund requested the flip side of that. It features first tenor first tenor James Johnson and second tenor Carl Fisher doing lead. Going out to Edmund, October 1955, the Jayhawks on the Flash label. This is the flip side of Counting My Teardrops. It's called The Devil's Cousin.
I met a fine little baby. Oh, she thrills my soul. I just love her disposition. Gee, the way she rocks and rolls. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, we please, baby. Don't make me feel mighty. I said to myself, take it easy. Or you'll wind up like the rest. Yes, they all call her temptation. She'll put you through the test. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, we please, baby. Don't make me feel mighty.
She's got him on a spell, and now ain't that a shame? I'm the devil and she's my cousin. Now where can you lay the blame? He's go.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, we please, baby. Don't make me feel mighty. That rhythm beat.
She's crying.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, please, baby. Don't make me feel mighty. Don't make me feel mighty. Don't make me feel mighty. Don't make me feel mighty.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That is the intended B-side by request for Edmund Williams, October 55, the Jayhawks on the Flash label. The Devil's Cousin is the name of the tune. The next release after this for the Jayhawks would be the original version of Stranded in the Jungle. Of course, also a hit for the Cadets that also covered it. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We continue. Here we are in the year 1955. This is a request for listener Amnon. This group from Atlanta, Georgia, recorded 3 for the Mercury label. This is their second. It features an 18-year-old Dodd Hicks on lead. We go to April of 1955. These are the Cashmeres on the Mercury label for Amnon. It's called Don't Let It Happen Again.
Please be honest from the start. Those in mother never smart. I've been hurt, sweetheart. Don't let it happen again. If I give my love to you, promise that you love me too. Darling, I've been so blue. Don't let it happen again. I'd go on loving you, but darling, I'm scared. 'Cause I love someone who never really cared. You're the one I now adore. Please don't make me cry no more. It was done before. Don't let it happen again. You're the one I now adore. Please don't make me cry more. It was done before. Don't let it happen again. Don't let it happen again.
I don't know what's happening there. I heard something on that record. I got to check it out. There you go. That's a great record. I like that tune there. By request for Amnon, April 1955, the sound of the Cashmeres. Dodd Hicks on lead. It's on the Mercury record label. Don't Let It Happen Again. That's for Amnon. Now, after leaving Mercury, they signed with Al Silver's Herald label. It was in 1956. And in 57, they moved to Al Silver's subsidiary Ember and recorded as the Mellowtones. They would have one more final release that I think, Jimmy, you mentioned it in the chat room, in 1958, recorded for the Wonder label as the Cashmeres with a K. And I forget who I won that one from. Somebody in the Midwest. I bought a nice mint copy for $200 by the Cashmeres. Anyway, Johnny G here, spinning my 45's. We do it every Saturday from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. We'll do a little bit of overtime, not much tonight, but let's continue here. Let's go back to Harlem, New York, as we stay in 55. And this is a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Female lead. with male backing. Now, she's the sister to Tommy Great. Tommy Great, he recorded with the Five Wings on King, also a member of the Sonics on Groove and the Vocal Tones on Apollo, and also the Marvels/Dubs. Was a member of all those groups, and this group called the Dovers, who are backing up lead singer Miriam Great, who co-wrote this tune. We go to April of 1955 on Bess Berman's Apollo Records. Miriam Great and the Dovers going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. It's called My Angel.
To others, you're the only one for me. My angel, don't ever change. I'll always love you, no matter what. My angel,
That's the great sound of Miriam Great and the Dovers, April 1955, released by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. They like that tune there in the chat room. My Angel is the name of the tune. That's on the Apollo record label. I remember when Spence came up here to the house, he brought a box. He goes, Johnny, you need this? And I was like, yeah, I do need it. That is a definite buy, so put that in the purchase pile. I did that. But this Dovers group, they also backed up Lou Bartell on the Apollo label. I have that 45, and some of the members would record as the Vocal Tones on Apollo. And later, this gal, Miriam Great, she would recruit new members to form the Dovers again with releases on Joe Davis's Davis label and also on New Horizon. I have both those 45. I think I featured them here on the program anyway. As we spin the 45s, we are in the year now 1956. Up next, a request for listener Bob Cruz tuned in the state of Maryland. And I know many of you are familiar with a song called Valerie from 1960. Came out on the Fury label. Actually, it made the Times Square survey. I played it on Thursday afternoon by the Starlights. And the lead singer of that group doing all that crying was Jackie LaRue. And prior to recording with the Starlights, he was a member of this group known as the Five Wings. They had 2 releases on Sid Nathan's King label. Now, Bob requested their second, again with Jackie LaRue on lead. And some of you might recognize this song because it was featured in the 1990 film Cry Baby. Johnny Depp lip-synced. Somebody sang the record in that movie. I forget who it was. But this did chart too regionally, by the way. This charted number 20 on WLOL in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. So there you go. This one from March 1955, The Five Wings on Sid Nathan's King Records, going out to Bob Cruz. Teardrops Are Falling.
Teardrops are falling. Teardrops are falling.
Teardrops are falling out my eyes. Teardrops are falling. I wonder why. Teardrops are falling. For you made me cry.
You made me cry.
My heart is aching, almost breaking. If you hear me, come back to me. Teardrops are falling, and you make me cry.
Yes, teardrops are falling. Falling from my eyes. Yes, yes, yes. You made me cry. Yes, you went away. Stayed oh so long. Come back, my dear.
My heart is aching, almost breaking. If you hear me, come back to me. Teardrops are falling, and you make me cry.
March 1955 there for The Five Wings by request for listener Bob Cruz in the state of Maryland there. Teardrops Are Falling. That went on Sid Nathan's King record label. Again with the lead singer of the Starlights, or he became the lead singer of the Starlights, Jackie LaRue on lead for that one. Got to say happy birthday to young Evan Blatt. Evan, how old are you? Still a teenager? You have to tell us in the chat room there. And Evan Blatt, a young and up-and-coming record collector. I saw some cool records that you posted on YouTube there. Very cool 45's you're getting. Got to be careful, though, of originals versus bootlegs. Hopefully you're not paying a lot of money for those boots. That is for sure. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Joe Shacatano must be in heaven with the ballads because he is a big ballad guy, as many of the others in the chat room are. But now we come to this request for listener Bill Olb, who a couple weeks ago, I think October 16th, he did a gospel special here. He will be doing another one. I told him, I said, you're going to come back here. You pick the date. And he picked a date sometime in early next year. So I saw the email quickly, but that's fine with me, Bill. But he requested this gal. She began recording a gospel back in 1950 for the Decca record label. In 52, she teamed up with Sister Rosetta Tharpe with a number of releases on the Decca label. Her real name was Mary Roach, but she recorded as Marie Knight. And in 1956, I think she switched to all secular music just about. She stopped singing gospel. She went to secular. And first, I think, on Wing Records, a subsidiary of Mercury. But she also did 3 for the parent label, Mercury, and this is her second, a tune written by Titus Turner, and there is an uncredited vocal group backing her up on this, and they are the Griffins. The Griffins that also recorded for the Mercury label. We go to September of 1956, going out to Bill Obe, tuned into the program tonight, Marie Knight and the uncredited Griffins on Mercury Records. It's called Grasshopper Baby.
Hoppity hop, hoppity hop, hoppity hop.
My little boy,
Hoppity hop,
he wears a crown.
hoppity hop.
He's the friskiest little boy in the town. He's a grasshopper, grasshopper. Will you settle down? My baby is a grasshopper, hopping all over town. Friskiest little guy in the land. Glad he's silly. He's my man. He's a grasshopper, grasshopper. Can't stand still long. He can rock and roll, rock through a telephone. Look at him there, nose in the air, trying to be silly. I don't care, he's a grasshopper, grasshopper, just from the farm. And you jump for joy, baby, I'll be around. Thinks he's so ditty, oh what a pity, trying to be so ditty. Here in the city, he's a grasshopper, grasshopper, just left the farm. Don't stop, stopping, hopping, hop right in my arm. Yes, he's a grasshopper daddy, hopping all around the town. Yes, he's a grasshopper daddy, hopping all over town. You my grasshopper baby, you own this town.
As by request for Bill Obe there, the sound of Marie Knight. Marie Knight there from September 1956 on the Mercury record label. Grasshopper Baby is the name of the tune. The Griffins backing her up on that one there. I'm sure the UK folks would like that sound. They definitely would. I remember when I bought that record, not that it was a great deal. I mean, because it was a bunch of records. I gave one good record, traded one good record, and it was with Dan Romanello. Anybody ever deal with Dan Romanello with records? It's not the greatest experience, I can tell you that much. But anyway, I did get that from him, and that is a record I liked. And actually, I think that comes on Pink, too. But I liked the record, so I put it in the trade there. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Now, here's a flip side from last week. I featured the Heartbeats on B. Castlin's Hull label, their third release on the Hull label. That was by request for listener Gordy Freeman. The song was called Your Way. It was Daryl Letts, and I think you, Evan, the birthday boy, requested the flip side. So let's send this one out to Evan Blatt, the birthday boy tonight, and Daryl Letts, the flip side of Your Way. This charted number 4 on WILY in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, written by William Henry Miller and the lead singer of the group. His name is James Shepard. From May of 1956, the Heartbeats on the Hull label. It's called People Are Talking for Daryl and Evan.
People are talking, saying that you and I are through, saying true. Oh, tell me why. fool to give my heart to you. People are talking, saying that you and I are through. Say it's true. Yes, God meant it to be. Our love, no one can subdue. Yes, God gave me one heart to give my heart to you. People are talking, saying that you and I are through. Say it's true. Say it's true. Say it's true.
That's going out to Evan Blatt and Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. The sound of the Heartbeats. James Shepard and the Heartbeats, the flip side of Your Way, song entitled People Are Talking, from May of 1956 on the Hull record label. We stay in 1956. We go to Atlanta, Georgia again, this time for listener Emnon, another Georgia request here. For this singer, began recording for OK Records back in 1951, would have 9 releases for OK Records before he signed with the Mercury subsidiary Wing label, and known for his prolific songwriting. Well, I guess known more for his prolific songwriting, we'll say, versus his recording. But he did record a number of records, and Emnon requested his third release, actually his third and final release on the Wing record label. It's a song he wrote, and I think Big Dave Swinger mentioned that Joe Clay recorded this. I think Ray Charles did this too. Didn't he do this record too for Atlantic, I think, in 57? But this is the original version from February 56. Titus Turner on the Wing label by request for Emnon. It's called Get on the Right Track, Baby.
Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Well, now come on home and treat me wrong again. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Well, now come on home. Treat me wrong again. Well, I'm the one that made you. I told you before you left. I don't believe in fattening frogs to feed somebody else. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Well, now come on home and treat me wrong again. Well, 5 long years I've been your friend. I stuck with you through thick and thin. Come on home, cause you know you win. You know, pretty baby, you hurt me again. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Get on the right track, baby. Well, now come on home and treat me wrong again.
45's by request for Amnon there. Though that's Titus Turner. And who's backing them up there? Could they be the Q's? No, I don't think so. Not with Mercury. But anyway, there you go. February 1956. It's on the Wing record label. Get on the Right Track, Baby is the name of the tune. He would continue to record into the 1960s. Releases on King and Glover. I have him on Jamie. I think I have him on other labels too. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. We go back out to California with this request for listener Ronnie Sherman. Ronnie, I don't know if I'm going to be at the record show tomorrow. I know Barry was at Allentown today. I think there was a big Allentown record show today, if I'm not mistaken. So he's not going to be setting up over here in Westchester. So, I mean, I'd go there to buy Soul 45's. I mean, I didn't find nobody else has rare group records there. I mean, so, you know, I think I'd have better luck in New Jersey. A bunch of guys show up there with group records there, but not down here. Unless they know that I know they call me up and say, well, I'll bring them if you're there. So I didn't get any phone calls, so I don't know if I'm, plus I just bought the car. So anyway, but this is a request for Ronnie Sherman. Got to say hello to Ronnie Sherman, as this group made their debut on Johnny Otis's Dig record label. Now, this is their second release that Ronnie requested, a tune written by saxophonist Jackie Kelso, who plays on this one here. And the lead singer on this is Sammy Yates. And he co-wrote it with Jackie Kelso, Sammy Yates, a.k.a. Sammy Hagen. We go to June of 1956 for the sound of the Premiers on the Dig record label, going out to listener Ronnie Sherman. It's called My Darling.
My darling, I love you so I can't let you go. That's why I call you my darling. I love you, love only you, and baby, I swear it's true. That's why I call you my darling. I thrill when you kiss me. I thrill at your touch. Darling, my only sin was I love too much. Please, dear, don't break my heart. Stay with me until death do us part. You know that's why I call you my darling. I thrill when you kiss me. I thrill at your touch. Darling, my only sin was I loved you much too much. Please, dear, don't break my heart. Stay with me until death do us part. You know that's why I call you my darling.
is going out to listener Ronnie Sherman, June 1956 release. Those are the premieres with Sammy Hagan on lead, a.k.a. Sammy Yates. That's their second release on the Dig label, My Darling. And I remember, Brian, that is Norm's copy. Now, I was tempted to take this sticker off because it's right on the Dig logo, and I could take this off. There's a way I can take this sticker off if I'm really careful, but this family, whoever this was, Mr. and Mrs. Emil Zemecki, from 1627 Hickory Avenue in Torrance, California. They had some great records in their collection, I have to say. That one there from June 56. And with the group's third release, they backed up 16-year-old Julie Stevens, kind of a hit for out in California, Crazy Bells, backed with Blue Mood. Later, Sammy Yates recorded as Sammy Hagan and the Viscounts. They do some great records on the Capitol label. And then Little Sammy on Shade. That's another great record. And then also Count Yates, I think on Regis, and also Little Sammy Yates on the Genie label. I don't know if I left anything out. Maybe I did. But anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. We stay in California here. This record the first time I ever heard this record was on the Gus Gossard Show, and at early stages too, because when I didn't know anything about the music and I heard this record, I said, what are they singing about? But it's a cool record. And this is a request for Liam Walden. And I didn't see Liam in our chat room, but maybe he's tuned in listening in Australia. This group formed at McLennan Air Force Base in Sacramento, California. Now, the leader of the group, not the lead singer, the leader of the group was Alfred Gatewood, who also previously, I think he was also the leader of the Smooth Tones that recorded for the Gem label and other labels and other groups later on. But he decided to name this group the Cufflinks. He came up with the name, and they auditioned for Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label, and Dootsy Williams signed them right on the spot, and he recorded them, and he put this record out. It features Robert Truesdale on lead. Again, I first heard this on the Gus Gossard Show, and as a young teenager, it was just a cool record. It was. This charted number 2 on WILY in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have to ask Marvin Pod, did Alan Freed play this record, or did this record make it here to the East Coast for airplay? Just wondering. November 1956, the Cufflinks on the Dutone label. It's called Guided Missiles for Liam Walden in Australia.
Guided missiles, guided missiles, guided missiles, aimed at my heart, bound to destroy me, tear me apart. Guided kisses, none of them true. Now I know the enemy is you. Guided missiles, bound to explode, destroying my heart. Is your goal? You have succeeded in making me blue. Now I know the enemy is you. You weaken my defenses with your tender kisses. You knew when you loved me I never would resist.
pretty princess, with your tender kisses. You knew when you loved me, I never would resist. Now you got me, I'll give in, trusting you are my only sin, but the same God in me, so we'll get you in the end.
That was a Gus Gossard favorite. That's where I heard it first, but I like that record. I do. Those are the cufflinks. The cufflinks by request for Liam Walden in Australia, November 1956. Their debut single on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label, Guided Missiles is the name of the tune. Johnny G's playing Guided 45's. Your request here on a Saturday evening. Let's move into 1957. We stay out in California, Los Angeles here with this request for Edmund Williams as the Jayhawks return. This is another, I guess, sound of the season, we'll call it, kind of a Halloween tune. We heard from them earlier with The Devil's Den. That was the B-side to their first release on the Flash label. So after 3 releases on Flash, they signed with Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. Their first release on Aladdin, they were providing background vocals to Earl Palmer's Party Rockers with Johnny's House Party. They were singing background vocals behind that instrumental. Now, Edmund requested their second release, which is, I guess we got to call this a Halloween tune. It features Carl Fisher on lead. This is for Edmund, August 57, the Jayhawks on Aladdin. It's called The Creature, parentheses, from Outer Space, for Edmund.
I remember it was one dark and dreary night. The sky was dark and not a trace of light. That shortcut through the graveyard didn't feel too good, but nothing was gonna happen, at least I didn't think it could. Then I heard a noise that sounded like great big feet. Then I thought about the smarts that craved on human meat. Was it the creature from the Black Lagoon? No! Was it the creature called Frankenstein? No! Was it the creature called Wolfman? No! Well, then it must have been that thing. I froze dead in my tracks, paralyzed, and I couldn't even look back. I heard a moan and a deathly groan. I was scared stiff and all alone. I strained my eyes into empty space, but then all of a sudden we were face to face.
Wrong record. Let me out of here.
Was it the creature from the Black Lagoon? Was it the creature called Frankenstein? Was it the creature called Wolfman? Well, then it must have been that thing. He leaped at me, but before he could hit the ground, I was in my house on the other side of town. Now I'm in my easy chair, and without a doubt, he can't get in, and I know I'm not going out. As I close my story, here's a word for the wise. A shortcut through the graveyard is a bunch of jive. Are you the creature from the Black Lagoon? No! Are you the creature called Frankenstein? No! Are you the creature called Wolfman? No! Well, then you must be the thing.
That is definitely a Halloween record there. That's going out to a listener, Edmund Williams there, the Jayhawks. The Creature from from Outer Space. What did I say, Black Lagoon? It's The Creature from Outer Space on the Aladdin label from August 57. I usually play the flip side of that, Everyone Should Know, which I think is a pretty cool record. But Bob Hannes mentioned in the YouTube chat room, I used to have fun all the time when I went to Allentown, because I always found stuff off my want list, and so many of the dealers would call me. I haven't been there since I've been doing this show for many, many years, so I haven't gone there. And I was talking to, I talked to Dave the Rave about going up there. We should go up there because it's really a social event. For me, it would be, not to say that I wouldn't buy something that I need, but most of the things I need are at least four figures. They're up there in price. Not that I couldn't buy them, but I would. It's not a great time right now to be spending, thousands and thousands of dollars for 45's. But I always had fun there, at least meeting the dealers and the other characters, we'll call them. I'm sure today it probably was very somber because, Greg would always be running around there like crazy. He would come up to me, he goes, "Do you need this? Do you need this?" Because he would just pick it up and he would turn it right away. So, and then, now all the people that used to supply me records, they are no more. Spence Wooten was another person that used to supply me with some very rare records. He would he'd say, "Johnny, I'm going to Allentown, I'll look for you." And he'd call me. And then they would report to me. Greg would call me after the show and say what he picked up. He'd be there the whole week. But very sad now that they're not there. But at least it goes on. And I saw some pictures on Facebook today, so it looked pretty cool. I would love to go there again. I really would. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Up next, a request for listener Bill Olb, as he requested the Four Tunes, a group that originated from Deke Watson's Brown Dots back in 1945. Recorded, I have so many releases on the Manor label. I have tons of 78s by them on Manor. Also RCA, and also 78s on the Arco label. I do have those. Then they recorded for Jubilee, and plus other labels. They did 15 for Jubilee, Jerry Blaine's Jubilee label. Now, Bill requested the group's very last single for Jubilee. The song was first done back in 1944 by Paul Allen, along with the Frankie Carl Orchestra. Or is it Carlisle, Charlene? Is it Carl or Carlisle? But this one here is from March of 1957. It features Jimmy Nabby on lead. This is by request for listener Bill Olb. The Four Tunes on Jubilee. It's called A Little on the Lonely Side.
I'm a little on the lonely, a little on the lonely side. I keep thinking of you only, wishing you were by my side. You know, my dear, when you're not near, there's no one to romance with. And if I'm seen with someone new, it's just someone to dance with. Every letter that you sent me, I read a dozen times more. Any wonder that I love you more and more? Oh, how I miss your tender kiss, and just long to hold you tight. I'm a little on the lonely side tonight.
Yes, I'm a little bit. Well, I'm just a little bit on the lonely side tonight. And darling, I keep hoping, wishing, and praying to the Lord above. You were right here by my side. You know one thing, my dear, when you're not here, no, there's no one to romance with. But Sugar Lump, if I'm seen with anyone else, any other chick, yes, you can just bet your bottom dollar she's got some money and someone to dance with.
I'm a little on the lonely side tonight. I'm on the lonely side.
Those are the four tunes. That's their final release on the Jubilee label, their 15th release, requested by listener Bill O, March 1957. A Little on the Lonely Side features Jimmy Nabby on lead for that one. As we continue here, we are in 1957. Back out to California we go with this request for listener Emnon. It's on Leon Renee's Class record label. This group called The Classics. Now, this is the same group that recorded for the Crest label back in 59 with Let Me Dream, which is a great record they do. But I like both sides of this 45. The A-side is a wonderful ballad called If Only the Sky Was a Mirror, but Emnon requested the up-tempo side. Let's go to December of 57. Give a listen to The Classics on Class. It's called Gosh. Is it O-G-O, Gosh? No, it's Gosh, but this is love. This is for Emnon.
Wonder why I feel this way. Happiness is what they say. No, I don't know what I would do. Gosh, but this is love. I hear the music and there's no one there. I smell the blossom and the trees are bare. There's the horse, the cow, and the bees, the dog. Gosh, but this is love. Moving around, running like crazy. Just don't know what to do. Like a jerk, you know I don't work. All I do is think of you. Wonder why I feel this way. Happiness is what they say. You know I don't know what I've been through. Gosh, but this is love. Running like crazy. Just don't know what to do. Like a jerk, you know I don't work. All I do is dream of you. What if you knew how much I love you? The sun would always shine. You reckon I'm funny would make us funny. Gosh, but this is love. This is love. This is love. Wow. This is love. This is love. This is love. Wow. This is love. Oh, running like crazy. Just don't know what to do. Like a jerk, you know I don't work. All I do is think of you. What if you knew how much I love you? The sun will always shine. You reckon I'm funny would make us funny. Gosh, but this is love. Gosh, this is love.
There you go, by request for listener Emnon there, the sound of The Classics. December 57 on the Class record label. Gosh, but this is love is the name of the tune. I need two big records on this label. I still need that Intervals on Class Records. I don't have that, and I passed. I never should have passed on it because Greg had it many years ago. I should have bought it. The one on the oddball number. You know what I'm talking. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. There's an oddball class number on there. I forget the name of the group, but I don't have that one. Those are the two records that eluded me on this label, and that Intervals is a great record, I have to say. But anyway, Johnny G babbles on. Let's continue now. We stay in 1957. This next singer from Washington, D.C. Created some classic soul 45s in the mid-1960s for the Chess record label. His debut single came out on Chess Records in 1956. I think it was Billy's Blues, it was called, I think. He followed it up with this release from November of 1957 on the OK record label. Tune written by Ellis McDaniel. Do you know who Ellis McDaniel is? Well, that is Bo Diddley. He wrote this tune, and there's a group backing him up on this. They're called the Marquees, Marquees. They're not mentioned on the label, though, and that group included a teenage Marvin Gaye as a part of that group. Of course, they had their own release on OK. Also, what was it? Wyatt Earp, I think, was the song. Kind of a novelty tune. But this is from November of 1957. I really, really, really like this song. This is my pick tonight. Billy Stewart and the Uncredited Marquees on the OK record label. It's called Baby, You're My Only Love. November 1957 there for the Billy Stewart on the OK record label, Baby You're My Only Love. Yes, Marvin Pod mentions that the Marquees also became Harvey Fuqua's second group of Moonglows. They backed him up on those Harvey singles on the Chess record label. Of course, they went on to have I think they backed up Also, Chuck Berry may be on a couple of the records too, if I'm not mistaken. But that is Billy Stewart. So unfortunate what happened to Billy Stewart. He died on January 14th, 1970, when the Ford Thunderbird he was driving plunged off a bridge in Smithfield, North Carolina, into the Nose. I think it's pronounced Nose. The Nose River. And it killed him and 3 of his members of the band. Very unfortunate demise for Billy Stewart, but he left us with great records. Yes, he did. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and here's a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and Mike Sape wants to send this one out to you. You need to check his comments. I think maybe you do, because he does comment on the my YouTube chat. There's comments below a lot of the shows, and he comments when people send him out requests. They do. But this is on Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. This Deluxe Records out of Cincinnati, as well as this group. They had, I think, over 50 releases on Deluxe and King Records between 1953 and 1963. This one is from September 57, and it's a cover song. This was first done by Tiny Bradshaw back in 1950 on I think on King Charlene, right? And it's a song song he co-wrote. Okay. Well, this is Otis Williams and His Charms. Otis Williams and His Charms from September 57 on Deluxe Records by request for Indrajit, sending it out to Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. It's called Well, Oh Well.
Well, now I'm packing my grip. Think I'll take a trip. Think I'll leave today. No, I'd better stay. Well, oh, 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 well. Gonna stay right here where I'm at. Then I'll lose my sense. Don't need no friend. I've had my fling. Seen everything. Well, oh, 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 well. Gonna stay right here where I'm at. If I journey now, the guy won't wait for me. I can't lose that gal, 'cause she means so much to me. Well, oh, well, oh, well, kindly Reverend Thomas said, I made him a promise he would make the 2 of us just one. Let's forget the trek to the cow country. Don't send my mail, just hand it to me. Well, oh, 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 well. Gonna stay right here where I'm at.
A dancer tune there. That is a by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. He wants to send it out to Mike Sape in our YouTube chat. That's Otis Williams and His Charms, September 57 release. I think the flip is Dynamite. Is it Dynamite Darling? Wait a minute. I think that's the flip side. Yeah, Dynamite Darling is the flip side. Otis Williams and his charms, Well, Oh Well, on the Deluxe record label. We continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and here is a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This is on Stephen Hodges' Atomic record label, and this is Dennis Brown and the Atomics. The flip side of this doesn't say Dennis Brown and the Atomics. It just says Dennis Brown. I don't know what happened with that because the group is on both sides. But this is the intended B-side of the 45. This singer was discovered by boxer Sugar Ray Robinson, who introduced him to the label owner. This is from February 57, going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Dennis Brown and the Atomics with Show Me the Rose. February 1957 release there for Dennis Brown and the Atomics. It's on the Atomic record label. It's called Show Me the Rose. That one there by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. Interesting travels on this record. This record originally belonged to George Tompkins. And actually, it was his second copy, he said. I think he said he downgraded. And then Greg ended up buying this. Then what happened was Greg went to Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Lou Haggis was selling all these cool records on the cheap, and he ended up picking up a nice copy, and then he sold me that copy. That's how that happened. So I've got to say that that is a George Tompkins copy of that 45 in my collection. There you go. Great two-sided 45. As we continue here on Vinyl Treasures, this gal from this gal was active in the New York, New Jersey area First recording for Brunswick Records back in 1952. Later recording for the Premium record label in 55. In 1957, she signed with Vic Records, subsidiary of RCA. And she has 2 on the label. This is her first, written by Jesse Stone, and it's a request for listener Emnon. Now, her backup group on this are supposedly, is known as the Sounds. So I don't know I don't think it's the Sounds from California. I think there was a Sounds group in California, but I don't think it's the same group. But this charted number 3 on WILY in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We go to April 57. Does it say what the Sounds? Yeah, it does. There it goes. Vicky Nelson with the Sounds on Vic Records. It's called Like a Baby.
Like a bright, shiny toy, like a baby. No matter what you would do, I depended on you like a baby. One thing I know, just like a baby. It was a fool's heart you took, and I fell 'cause you look like a baby. To smart men's ways I was blind, 'cause I just had a mind like a baby. You're just a flirt, and I had to be hurt just like a baby. Down and cry like a baby. That was the time I could see you were playing with me like a baby. But you can bet that someday I'll forget you like a baby.
Sorry, folks. Johnny G had to get caught there because my mother was having trouble with the tablet. She doesn't know how to fix it there, so I had to help her there. She came up the stairs, which is not good. But anyway, there you go. That's for listener Emnon. That is lost my place. Vicky Nelson with the Sounds from April 57 on the Vic record label, Like a Baby, the first of 2 on Vic Records for her. I got both of those records as I'm losing my mind. You didn't show you this very rare record up here. I paid a lot of money for and it's slightly off-center too. I was not happy with that, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So let me put this on here. I'll tell you what it is, folks. It's actually a request for all right, we're good. We go to the Bronx, New York now, to Zell Sanders' JNS record label, this time to 1651 Washington Avenue in the Bronx. This group is called the Climbers. They had 2 releases on the label. This is their first. I have both of them on original. I do. For you collectors out there, this originally came out with the name of the group omitted. I know there's some of them out there that have a stamper that say the Climbers. They put it on there, but mine doesn't have this. I won this in a John Tefteller auction a long, long time ago, and the label only shows Rex Garvin and his orchestra, but they're really the Climbers. Supposedly Joe Rivers of Johnny and Joe fame were a member of this group, and like I said, it's a little bit off center. This one it lines up right because this, I don't know, but it's a request for Australian listener Liam Walden. This is from January 57. The Climbers on JNS. It's called Angels in Heaven. Know I Love You. This is for Liam.
Angels in heaven,
know I love you.
roses are red,
Violets are blue.
Please, can't you show me where she has gone? Oh, I've lost her early in the dawn. Please, can't you tell me where she has gone?
She has gone.
Please, can't you tell me where she has gone? For I've lost her early in the dawn. Please, can't you show me where she has gone? Has gone.
She has
I didn't have time to really line it up a little bit better than that, but it's slightly off center. I have lined it up correctly there, but I was helping my mother with her tablets. I couldn't do it. But anyway, there you go. That's going out to Liam. There you go. That's an original there. January 57, The Climbers, Angels in Heaven, Know I Love You. That's on the JNS record label. And I do have it on the second press, too, when they were selling it in Times Square Records. I do have that, too. But anyway, and I have their other one, too, on original. Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. Here's a flip side from last week. Actually, I played a request last week for Mike Sape. He sent it out to Lenny G. The Belairs on the Decca record label, Rockin' and Strollin'. But I'm going to flip it over here because it's a great two-sided 45. This group out of Chicago, Illinois. They later on would evolve into the Shepherds that recorded for the Apex and VJ record labels. These are the Belairs. The Belairs, the flip side of Rockin' and Strollin', an excellent ballad with Millard Edwards on lead. April 58 on Decca Records. It's called My Yearbook.
I see your picture
the game. I was trying to catch your eye, but you weren't looking my way. Then came the wrong round. You're dressed all in blue. They introduced me to you. I was just dance number 2. I remember at graduation, I changed places with Lou, so that in my yearbook I'd be standing next to you. My heart stood still on page 92. I asked you to sign your name, and you signed I love you. My heart stood still on page 92. I asked you to sign your name, and you signed I love you.
Those are the those are the Belairs. Belairs from April 1958. That's with Millard Edwards on lead. My Yearbook is the name of the tune on the Decca label. They, of course, would evolve into the Shepherds. There you go. We are in the year 1958. Last week featured the flip side of this for listener Jimmy Amato. That is a song by Johnny Ross. Johnny Ross called My Dreams Have Gone. That's the ballad side. And Jimmy, I think Charlene told me you wanted to hear the up-tempo side. So we'll send this one out. You mentioned 2 people you want to send your requests out to. That would be Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. Also, you mentioned Tony O. So we'll send it out to those 2 guys. This is on Brad Atwood's Corvette record label, which is out of Hollywood, California. Single artist with uncredited group. I don't know who they are, but this is the jump side. I think this is the A side. And it's mentions on the label A&R man is Chuck Tequila Rio. And this is from September 58. Johnny Ross on Corvette. Going out to Jimmy Amato, and he wants to send this one out to Mike Sape and Tony O. It's called That's What You Mean to Me.
Bang, bang, way on, you wah wah wah, bang, bang, way on, you wah wah wah, bang, bang, way on, you wah wah wah, oh.
That's what you mean to me, to me, me, to me. Oh, baby, never let go.
His name is Johnny Ross. Johnny Ross, September 58 release on the Corvette record label by request for Jimmy Amato, sending it out to Mike Sapin, our YouTube chairman, also to Tony O. There you go. That record is Old as Johnny G, September 58 release. We stay in 1958 with this request for listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. This group is out of Philadelphia, but it was released on Vivian Carter's VJ label, which is out of Chicago, Illinois. Now, this is the group's only release. The song produced by Hal Norton and William Goldstein. They were owners of the Philly-based Norgold label, and they did a similar thing with the Revels that recorded for Norgold. They had got their release out on the Chess label, that being what is that record by the Revels? False Alarm. There you go, Johnny. I'm telling you, my mind is going on me. But this is a mixed group of guys and gals, and with a female lead. It's from July of 1958 for Joe Shacatano. Let's give a listen to the Cohorts. The Co-Hearts on VJ Records. The song is called My Love for Joe.
My love. What can I say to prove my love for you? Whoa, whoa, my heart, my soul, my everything. You know I gave to you. So my love, am I to blame for heartaches you once knew? Whoa, whoa, if so, I'll try to make amends and keep on loving you. Into the night I cried, while precious moments go by. I'll always love you, yes, it's true, and you will always know. So, my love, where can you be now when I need you so? Whoa, whoa, I'm yours till eternity, and you will always know. Into the night I cried, while precious moments go by. I'll always love you, yes, it's true, and you will always know. So, my love, where can you be now when I need you so? Whoa, whoa, I'm yours till eternity. My love, I love you so.
As going out to listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. They're called the Cohorts. The Cohorts are only released on the VJ label July 1958, but they're out of Philadelphia. It's called My Love. We continue here in 1958. Here's a flip side from last week. Played a request for the birthday boy last week, although his birthday is this week, this Saturday. He requested this group from Harlem, New York, the Lollipops, Evan Blatt, and I featured Believe in Me on the first label, that being Universal International. The It's also pressed on the Holland record label. It was funny when I talked to Greg about this. He goes, "You have that on Universal Artists?" Because he has the Holland. He had the Holland release in his collection. But Daryl Letts asked if I could flip the 45 over, so we're going to do that. But this is the intended A-side, believe it or not, from May of '58. This is going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. The Lollipops, the flip side of Believe in Me. It's called My Love is Real. This is on Universal International.
Well, I told you so often the way that I feel. I feel. You know I feel so good. You know I feel so good. You know I feel. You know I feel so good when you hold me tight. You know I feel. Yeah. Well, if you alone listen, you know my love is real. So real. My love is real, real good. My love is real, real good. My love is real. My love is real, real, real. Day and night, my love is real. Yeah. So real. Well, I know you so often. To my toe, I know that's the way love goes. Real, 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 from my head down to my toe, I know that's the way love goes.
That's May 1958 for the Lollipops. It's going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat. My Love is Real is the name of the tune. Universal International is the label, the first press for this 45. I won this on eBay, believe it or not, at a really reasonable price, and it plays pretty nice too, I have to admit, so happy to have that in the collection. Let's stay in 58 with another rare 45, a group out of Syracuse, New York. This is a request for Australian listener Liam Walden. Now, you learn from your mistakes on this. So Ted Artkowski had a nice mint copy. We're talking years ago now. So I forget what he wanted for the record. I think he wanted, I don't know if it was two grand or 25. I forget what it was. But, and me at the time, not thinking for condition, there was somebody in Florida that, so his auction ends and nobody took it. So he was willing to sell it to the guy in Florida if I took his other copy and sent him $400. So I don't know if maybe this is worth $400 in this condition, but I really would have wanted the mint copy is what I really wanted. But it never worked out, and I never saw this record again. But this group is called the Eldaros, and this is another rare record. Liam Walden requesting this. It's on the Vesta label, Vesta Records. It features Jimmy Singleton on lead. Now, he's the brother of Bebo Singleton, who was the lead singer of the Rhythm Cadets. So let's go to August of 1958, going out to Liam, the Eldaros on Vesta Records. It's called Please Surrender.
Do 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 up, they 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 do.
Please surrender.
That's by request for Australian listener Leon. It's a rare record. I guess it plays okay. I wish it was, I just wish it was mint, that's all. But listen, beggars can't be choosy. I'll take it. There you go, the El Darrows there. That is with Jimmy Singleton on lead, August 1958. Please Surrender on the Vesta record label. Johnny G surrendering here on a Saturday evening. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. And make sure you click the bell to get notifications when I'll be live. I'll be live this coming Wednesday night for the All Soul Show beginning at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight. And then Thursday, the very next day, in the afternoon, we'll continue with the countdown to the Times Square Records 1962 countdown there with number 117. We continue here in 1958 with another sound of the season here by request for listener Edmund Williams as we go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this group. First recording for the local Phoebe record label, and then again lots of their releases came out on the Dot label for national distribution. But all the members except one, they scurried over to Mercury Records because they were all underage. They were minors, so their contract wasn't binding. So all except Crip Johnson left to go to Mercury, and he stayed with Phoebe Records. But there were 7 releases on the Mercury label. Now, Edmund requested their 4th, tune written by Clarence Quick, who is also the lead singer on this. This is with Carl Stevens and his orchestra. This charted number 21 on WCOP in Boston for any of you that were tuned in to that station. We go to January 58, the Dell Vikings on the Mercury label with a Halloween tune, The Voodoo Man. This is going out to Edmund.
There's that man again. Who is he? Let's ask him.
Who are you? I'm the voodoo man. Who are you? I'm the voodoo man. Who are you? I'm the voodoo man. I'm gonna cast a spell on you. Well, who am I? The voodoo man. Well, who am I? The voodoo man. Who am I? The voodoo man. Don't cast a spell on me. I'm gonna take a piece of clay and turn it to you. Kiss your pretty lips, then you'll know what I'm gonna do. Well, who am I? The voodoo man. Who am I? Yes, who am I? The voodoo man gonna cast a spell on me. Of clay, I'm gonna do ahead of you. I'm gonna kiss your pretty lips, then you'll know what I'm gonna do. Who are you? I'm the voodoo man. I'm the voodoo man. I'm the voodoo man. Gonna cast a spell on you. Yes, who am I? Yes, who am I?
Halloween tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there by request for listener Edmund Williams, the Dell Vikings from January 58. The Voodoo Man, that one there on the Mercury record label. We continue here as we move along and have one more record out of 1958. And this is a request for listener Kenny Mack. Actually, Kenny Mack, we hope you're feeling better, Kenny. He requested the flip side of this last week. This group from South Philadelphia known as the 4Js. This is on Al Silver's Herald label. Last week, Kenny requested Kissin' at the Drive-In, but this week he wanted to hear the flip side. It features the late Joseph Jr. Parolo on lead. We go to September of 58. The 4Js on the Multicolor Herald label. It's called Dreams Are a Dime a Dozen.
Dream, 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 dream. Oh, dreams are a dime a dozen. But oh, what a way of passing time. Dreams are a dime a dozen. But you are in every one of mine. They say there's nothing to the dreaming I do, but they don't know how sweet it is to dream about you. Dreams are a dime a dozen, darling, but I wouldn't take a million for mine. But oh, what a way of passing time. But you are in every one of mine. They say there's nothing to the dreaming I do, but they don't know how sweet it is to dream about you. Dreams are a dime a dozen, darling, but I wouldn't take a million for mine. I wouldn't take a million for mine. Dreams are a dime a dozen.
That's going out to listener Kenny Mack, September 58. The 4Js on the Herald record label. Dreams are a dime a dozen. I played a record, I think her name was Sandra Karen Gomez. Boys Are a Dime a Dozen. That was on the Soul Show. Anyway, let's move into 1959 now. Here's a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to all the chatters, all you chatters in the YouTube chat room. This group out of Los Angeles, California, they had 3 releases on the RV record label. Of course, RV Records, best known for the Olympics, had all those novelty records on the RV record label, but this is the group's second release, and even though the song credits the lead singer of this group, Beeman Young, the song was first recorded by Dean Barlow and the Crickets back in 1953 for the JD record label. We move up to July of 1959. Give a listen to The Tramps. The Tramps with Beeman Young on lead, going out to UK listener Indrajit Advani. It's called Your Love.
Runny, 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 babaloo. 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 Runny, babaloo, runny. Your love is all that I crave. I would be your slave if I could have your love. Your love is like a star. I want to be where you are, so I can have your love. I swear, oh my darling, it's your love I crave all night
There you go. By request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, going out to all you guys and gals in the YouTube chat room. The Tramps there. They're a rendition. That is the Dean Barlow song. Maybe they changed a couple words, possibly. Your Love is the name of that one on the RV label from July 59. Beeman Young, the lead singer on that. Let's continue here. And we are in the year 1959. Let's go to Newport News, Virginia, this time with this request for listener Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room. As this group, many of you are familiar with this group. Possibly, I would say their signature song was from 1958 on Unard. Wouldn't you say, Heart's Desire? That was their signature song. But they followed it up with, of course, they had other releases on the Groove record label also, but they followed up A Heart's Desire with this release on the Casino label, and dual leads on this, James Dozier and Raphael Ingram. You can hear his voice is very distinctive, so you'll hear him on this too. And they're both on lead. This is with Pancho Villa and his orchestra. This is from the spring of 1959. The Avalons on the Casino label, going out to Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room. It's called You Do Something to Me for Bob.
Do 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 you do something to me. Do you hear? I feel it clear. That's how it should be. And whenever
That's the sound of the Avalons here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going out by request to Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room. The Avalons on Casino. You Do Something to Me is the name of the tune. I remember when I bought that 45, Greg Surik sold me that record for $250. That's what he sold me that 45 for a long time ago. As we continue now, we are in 1959. Where did the birthday boy go? Evan Blatt left, but this was a leftover request for Evan Blatt. This is on Morty Craft's Warwick record label, although I didn't buy this record for this side. This is the A side of the record. I bought it for the B side with the male lead, a song called Baby. But the A side, female lead with male backing, her name is Estelle Cremo. She's the lead singer, but she goes by Jeannie. This is Jeannie and her boyfriends. And this is actually an answer song to the Genie's Who's That Knockin'? It's from June of 1959. And for you collectors out there, the true first press is that horrible silver print on red background. How people can see it, It amazes me you can't. If you get the second press, it's much easier to see. It's black lettering on the red background, but it's not the first press. But anyways, from June 59, going out to Evan Blatt, Jeannie and Her Boyfriends with Estelle Cremo on lead. It's called It's Me Knocking.
Open up that double door. Open up and make it quick before I toss up another brick. And boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. Yeah, open up that double door. Late last night I was strolling by. You had your lamps down low. I heard you coming downstairs. Boom, 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 bang, bang, on your door. Open up that door, I say. Banged all night to the break of day. And boom, boom, bang, yeah. Open up that double door. On your tower, open up that door, I say. Bang all night to the break of day. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. Yeah, open up that double door. Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 bang, bang, bang. Do, 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 bang, bang, bang. Do, 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 bang, bang, bang.
That's by request for listener Evan Blatt, who's off to bed. He'll have to hear it on the archive there. That's Jeannie and Her Boyfriends. That is the intended A-side from June of 59. It's Me Knocking, excuse me. That's on Morty Craft's Warwick record label. Estelle Cremo, she's the lead singer on that. The flip side is a killer ballad. We will hear it next week for sure. A song called Baby, so stay tuned for that. Let's stay in 1959. Let's go to Newark, New Jersey for this next group. This is a request for listener Kenny Mack. You know this group. They had a hit with a song called So Fine. Came out on High Weiss's Old Town record label. Kenny requested the follow-up to that. This is their second of 16 releases on the Old Town record label. The tune written by the bass of the group. His name is Preston Lane. It features Tommy Bullock on lead. We go to June of 59. This is for listener Kenny Mack. The Fiestas. The Fiestas on Old Town. It's called Our Anniversary.
My
Yes, Mike say very underrated group, the Fiestas there, July 1959. That's by request for listener Kenny Mack, Our Anniversary. That's their second release on the Old Town record label. You know, my mother was having trouble with the tablet. What happens is I think the signal drops, and she loses the stream, and it's hard for her to get back into the stream. So when it has an ad comes up each time you go back in, and you could there it says you got to wait a few seconds, then you can skip out of it. So she doesn't see that on the tablet. So that's what's been happening. And I set up a number of tabs so she can go to different tabs and just click it. So she messed up the tablet, and that's what I had to do before, where I had to, she came all the way up the stair, well, one flight of stairs. She didn't come up this flight of stairs, so I had to fix it on her. I hope, Ma, it's okay now. And you got to call me if it's not. Don't come up the stairs. You should not do that. But anyway, let's continue here. We stay in 1959 here with a request for Ronnie Sherman. This singer joined the Dominoes on the Federal label in March of 1955, sang lead on 9 of the songs, 2 on King, 1 on Federal, and 4 while they were on Decca, and then 1 when they were on Liberty. Yes, but in February of 58, he went solo. He signed with Keane Records, had 4 releases on the Keane label, and Ronnie requested his 4th, a tune written by Herb Albert and Lou Adler. This is from August of 1959. Let's give a listen to Milton Grayson. Milton Grayson on the Keane record label. This is going out to listener Ronnie Sherman. It's called You're a Part of Me.
When I first held your hand, my life began, and I knew right away love had to stay, 'cause you're a part of me. If you laugh, I'll laugh too. If you cry, so will I. Everything that I do is for you, just for you, 'cause you're a part of me. All the friends that we knew, they all called me a fool, and they said that you'd never think twice. But I feel like a king, for you now wear my ring, and all those who laugh will someday throw rice. Now we walk hand in hand, and they say, could it be just one look in our eyes? That's when they realize that you're a part of me. All the friends that we knew, they all called me a fool, and they said that you'd never think twice. But I feel like a king, for you now wear my ring, and all those who laugh will someday throw rice. Now we walk hand in hand, and they say, could it be just one look in our eyes? That's when they realize that you're a part of me. Yes, you're a part of me.
Wow, it sounds like there's a little bit of a floating tenor in the background there. That's a cool tune there. That's for our listener Ronnie Sherman there. That's the sound of Milton Grayson, August 1959. That's his 4th release on the Keen record label, You're a Part of Me, tune written by Herb Albert and Lou Adler. We continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show as we fill this request for listener Joe Shacatano. Really, I don't know much about this group, but I know a little bit about the label. The label is out of Ithaca, New York, and I have 2 records on this label, Valex Records. Danny Skeen and the Rickettes, I think that's how you say it. They do a version of Over the Rainbow from 1964, but this label started earlier, I think in June of 1959. This is an earlier release, and it's by a gal, Sybil Love and the Love Notes. This is on the Valex record label from June 59, going out to Joe Shacatano. It's called No More Tears. That's by request for listener Joe Chacatano in our YouTube chat room. That's Sybil Love and the Love Notes from June 59 on the Valex, V-A-L-E-X, Valex Records. No More Tears is the name of the tune. Let's continue here. We continue here on a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes here as we have the final Halloween tune for the night, as requested by Edmund Williams. And this is actually the final release for the Cadillacs on the Josie record label. And the group had so many great releases during their career for Josie Records, but toward the end of their career, they found success with their novelty tunes, and this is one they did on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label, the tune written by the lead singer, Earl Carroll. Of course, it's with Jesse Powell and the orchestra. He's on saxophone here. He was behind the instrumentation of all their releases. It's from July of 1960. We move into 1960, going out to Edmund Williams, the Cadillacs on Josie, with a Halloween tune. It's called The Boogie Man.
Here comes the boogie man. Here comes the boogie man. Here comes the boogie man. Run fast as you can. It's the boogie man. I passed by the graveyard last night now. 3 bodies lay side by side. 2 bodies just seemed
to lay there. But this other body started to rise. You put a cat back in that dirt. Don't move another brother, and please don't wake your brothers. You get up at night, making weird sounds. Soon you're gonna make this a real ghost town. Well, listen here, my friend, I'll never go that way again. If you hear way I sound, you better look all around. Here comes the boogeyman.
Hello, Speedo.
How do you do, Mr. Devil? Wow, Mr. Devil, it's awful hot down here. May I please have a glass of ice water? Is that on your menu? Whew.
There you go. That's going out to listener Edmund Williams there. The Sound of the Cadillacs. That's Earl Speedo Carroll on lead with the Cadillacs. That's their final release on the Josie label, The Boogeyman. That one there from July of 1960. We stay in 1960. Let's go to the Harlem label here, not the New York City Harlem label. This is the Harlem label out of Texas, out of San Antonio, Texas. And this is a request for listener Jimmy Amato. Wants to send it out to Tony O and Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. It's the debut single for this group. They are called the Royal Jesters, and the lead singer on this was Mike Pedraza. Mike Pedraza on lead. Of course, later on, the group would be led by Dimas Garza. He was later on became the lead of the group, but not with their first release. This one came out in January of 1960. Not an easy record to find. I wish I had a better copy of this, but it's the Royal Jesters on the Harlem label. This was a number 38 record on KONO. If you were tuned in San Antonio, Texas, by request for Jimmy Amato, going out to Mike Sape and Tony O. It's called My Angel of Love.
Angels up above, tell her all about my dreams of
Jazz by Request for Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat. I'm going out to Mike Sape and Tony O, the sound of the Royal Jesters. Tex-Mex sounds here, and that's a nice song it is. Mike Pedraza is the lead singer. That's their debut single on the Harlem label out of San Antonio, Texas from January of 1960, My Angel of Love. Let's move on here. We still stay in 1960, a couple more records in 1960 here. I added this one, this male-female duet. It's from October of 1960. It's on a label called Etzel Records. It's Ursel Tisby and Hal Davis. Now, I think this gal, Ursel Tisby, I'm guessing that she might be Dexter Tisby, who was a member, second tenor for the Penguins. I think that's his sister, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, the male is really originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, first recording with the Victorials on the Imperial label, but he would relocate to Los Angeles, California, recording a number of cool solo releases with and without vocal groups on many different labels. And his name is Hal Davis. And this is on the Etzel record label from October of 1960. It's Ursel Tisby and Hal Davis. And it's called You.
Someone like you, what you ought to do, take me in your arms, please do, let me cling to you. Each other, as sure as heaven above, we were meant for each other to have, to hold, and to love. You, I say you could make my I say my dreams come true if you say you love me too. If you say you love me too. There's no one like you. There's no one like you.
There you go. As we join Oldies and More Radio, thank you, Sugar Bear Sterling, for reminding me. That is the sound of Ursel Tisby and Hal Davis. That one there from October 1960. And some girls in the background. That's on the Etzel record label out of California. You. Of course, this was the first, this was the first of several sides featuring Hal Davis with a female lead, as he recorded also as Hal and Brenda on Manessa, also that's Brenda Holloway, and Hal and Bobby on the Swingin' label. That's Barbara Jackson, and you just heard Ursel Tisby and Hal Davis. There you go. As we welcome in Oldies and More Radio, Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. It is midnight. We join Oldies and More Radio. We're here from 9 p.m. till midnight. We are doing overtime here with requests from the listeners as we go to Brooklyn, New York for this next request for listener Joe Shacatano. They were first an instrumental band, believe it or not. They had a release on the Roulette record label. Then they signed with Alan Coleman's Ribbon label, and they had their debut, well, it's not their debut single. Their first release on that label was their signature song, was a big hit for the group in 1959 called You Were Mine. Made it up to number 21 on Billboard, 10 on Cashbox. They followed it up with two more on the Ribbon label. I Can't Say Goodbye, which didn't do as well. That only made it up to 90 on Billboard and 49 on Cashbox. And this was their third release, which did not make it to the Billboard charts. It just made it regionally. It was number 23 on WHIL. No, is that right? No. What is that, Charlene? WHILA? That can't be right. In Boston, Mass. Something's wrong with that. This features Richie Adams on lead. I would bet he wrote the song, too. No, maybe not. But anyway, this is for Joe Shacatano, March 1960. These are the Fireflies on the Ribbon label. It's called My Girl for Joe.
Girl, she's my girl, she's my girl, is as pretty as one can be, and still she loves only me, for she is my girl. When I am near, she loves me, I have no fear, for she is my girl. After school, she waits for me, so I can walk her home. I'm as proud as I can be to know she's mine all alone. My girl never looks at another guy.
That's Richie Adams and the Fireflies. That's their third release on the Ribbon record label. That's going out to Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. My Girl, that one there from March of 1960. Lots of cool ballads tonight for you folks there requesting all these cool tunes. As we continue here, we continue with the ballads here. Let's go to Los Angeles, California now, to Lummy Fowler's Lumtone record label. This is a request from our number one California listener, Matey Campboy. As this group formed in 1960, the members were Bobby Rell, first tenor, Theotis Reed, second tenor, Jimmy Locke, tenor, and Leroy Sanders, baritone, and Barry White, the bass. But maybe that's later on. possibly. I don't know if maybe he was singing with them at this stage. But the lead singer on this is David Johnson, and this is the group's debut single, their first of 7 for the Mellowtones record label from June of 1960. It's going out to Matey Campboy. These are the upfronts. The upfronts on the Mellowtones record label. It's called It Took Time for Matey.
It took time to make the mountains grow. It took time to make the rivers flow. But to make all my dreams come true, darling, it took you.
It took you. It took you.
That's going out to California listener Matey Campboy there, the sound of the upfronts. David Johnson on lead, June 1960. That's their debut single on Lummy Fowler's Mellowtones record label, which for you collectors out there is on the Styrene Pink label. I hate styrene, but this also comes on a blue label, I think, also. But I don't know if it's got a different flip. But because they might have used this song as a flip side, but I know the blue is not the first. Let me see. The lineup changed. Wait, the lineup remained intact for their first 2 releases for Mellowtones, and then they changed. I knew there was a lot of members leaving this group and changing. So there was by the time they recorded most of the Pretty Young Girls, they were really a different group, and that's the hardest record to get by them. I think I have all their releases on the Mellowtones label. As we continue here, we are in 61 now, and this is a request for Liam Walden. I saw him come in. He's been tuned in tonight, but he came in to say hello in the YouTube chat room, and he requested this 45 on the Sunset label, which is out of South Carolina, which at first I thought this group was too, but no, this group is from Athens, Georgia. They have 2 great releases on the Sunset label, and Liam requested their second. With their first, I think they were, with their second, no, wait a minute here. On their second, there you go. On their second, they were known as the Counts, but on their first, they were known as the Twisters. There you go. Why would I do that way? That's me writing this, Charlene. This features Harry White on lead, aka Harry Waller. Harry Waller. Harry White, a.k.a. Harry Waller, the same name, and he also wrote the tune. The music is provided by a group called The Shades. It's not an easy record to find. It's from November 61, going out to Liam in Australia. The Twisters with This Is the End.
This is the end. So why must you pretend you'll never have the chance to cheat on me again? So long, so long, so long. This is the end. Like floating leaves in the wind, like the robin and the wren. I wanna be free, free, oh my darling, free. For it's too much heartache and it never ends. This is the end. So bye bye, my friend. You'll never have the chance to cheat on me again. So long, so long, so long. This is the
This is it, darling. So why must you pretend you had your chance, but you goofed again? So why don't you got to go high heel shoes? Because, darling, this is the
Great tune there. That's going out to Liam in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Twisters, a.k.a. also recorded as the Counts on the second release. This is November 61. It's on Sunset Records. This Is the End is the name of the tune. Not the end, not quite. We're going to continue with a little bit more. We're here on Oldies and More Radio, also simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube with the video. And we move into 1962 now. This is a very rare record. This is another 45 that Greg sold me that I had to pay the limit that I have a limit to play that I would pay for certain 45s. And this is a request for listener Bob Cruz in Maryland. The group is out of Chicago, Illinois. They consisted of brothers Willie Logan and O.C. Logan, along with Arthur Ford and Dave Hoskin. Now, their debut single came out on the Mad label in 1958. But this is their rarest and hardest record to find on the M&M label. And this is side one. Yeah, this is side one. Bob Cruz requested side one. This song first recorded in March of 61 by Lenny Miles, and it was also recorded by Chuck Jackson. He covered this on the Juan label. But this is a 1962 version of the song by a group called the Equalos. And again, O.C. Logan is on lead. This is on the M&M record label, going out to listener Bob Cruz in Maryland. It's called In Between Tears.
I get the sign without a warning, come day after day. Baby, I get the chance without knowing you're not coming my way. But I say one day come and go. Baby, baby, you sure going to know. I'm going to get me some loving, get me some kissing, in between tears. Oh yes, you know my time it isn't long, pretty baby. Yes, it's just a matter of days. I've got to be leaving you. I've got to be leaving this away. But as you watch me come and go, baby, then you sure to know I'm going to give me some loving, give me some kissing, in between tears. Oh yes, baby, because I don't wanna do it, baby. No, I don't wanna do it, baby. No, not like before. No. Hey, so baby, won't you give me a chance? Hey, baby, don't. Come on, say, come on and let me romance. All the city girl, I'll get the sign without a warning, pretty baby, come day off the day. Then I'll get the chance without knowing. If you know that moment, but I'll see one big come and go, baby, then you sure do. I'm gonna get me some loving, get me some kissing, If I have to look all over, pretty baby, I'm gonna do it. Get some love, kiss, squeeze my job. Yeah, if I have to go to Maine, let me tell I'm gonna do it now, girl. You know that I am, because I've been looking for a little sissy looking like you. My, right in between tears.
That's a by request for Bob Cruz, the sound of the Aqualos there with O.C. Logan on lead. That's 1962 on the M&M record label out of Chicago, Illinois. In Between Tears, their version of the tune. The first time I heard that, it was, I think it was Nick Nicola and Rich Criz filling in for Dan Romanello. That's the first time I heard it on WFUV. And Greg offered me this record. I mean, I bought it. It was not cheap. It was expensive, but I haven't seen a copy of this record. It's really hard to find, I have to admit. There you go. Let's continue here. 1962. Here's a request for listener Adrian Viterbo. He could not be here. He was nice enough to send, as many of you are when you're not in the chat room, you send me an email that you're not. That's really nice of you to do that. You don't have to, but you do. So thank you for that. But he had a personal family matter he had to take care of, so he'll hear this on the archive. We go to Detroit, Michigan with this request for Adrian Viterbo. This is on the Motown subsidiary Melody record. This is actually the second release on this label. The first one was by Lamont Dozier. I think I played that on my Soul show. But this is the second overall release on the label. Supposedly, though, this group is out of Toledo, Ohio. And they consisted of Robert Williams, Charles Holman, Juan Wingard. They get the writer credit on this, in addition to Andre Williams, of course. But according to some of the sites, the lead singer on this is Tom Lipkins. And this was their only release. This is from July of 62. The Creations on Melody Records, going out to Adrian. It's called You're My Inspiration, for Adrian. Jazz by request for Adrian Viterbo. A little bit of soulish harmony there. For the Creations, July 62. It's on the Melody record label. That is a subsidiary of Motown. I think it's a subsidiary, of Motown Records. It's called You're My Inspiration. Well, you listeners are Johnny G's inspiration as we continue here in 1962. And here is a request for listener Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. He wants to send it out to Lenny G and to your host, Johnny G. As this singer, he's from Asbury Park, New Jersey, first recording for the Decca record label back in 1958. His name was Leon Welch, but they called him Lenny Welch, and he had some pretty big hits during his career, probably best known for his cover of Since I Fell For You on the Cadence record label. But let's give a listen to his fifth of 9 on the Cadence record label. We go back to April of 1962 for Mr. Lenny Welch on Cadence Records by request from Mike Sape, sending it out to Johnny G and Lenny G. It's called It's Just Not That Easy.
They say forget about the girl that broke your heart. Forget about the girl that made you cry. 'Cause she's going steady with another guy. So go out in the world and find another girl. But it's just not that easy. No, it's just not that easy to forget about someone that you love. They say forget about her, she has a cheating heart, and she was no good for you from the start. So why sit around with the tears in your eyes when you know she's going steady with another guy? But it's just not that easy. No, it's just not that easy to forget about someone that you love. Oh, I've tried. Of course I had to try to forget my love for her. But it doesn't make sense torturing myself trying to fall in love with somebody else, because it's just not that easy. No, it's just not that easy to forget about someone that you love. So I'll go on through the years, thinking of her and drying my tears, and wishing everyone would just stay to themselves and stop telling me to find somebody else, because it's just not that easy. No, it's just not that easy to forget about someone that you love. No, 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 it's not that easy. No, 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 it's not that easy. No.
April 1962 release there for Lenny Welch and a group, that same group that backed him up on Congratulations Baby, that one there on Cadence Records. This was his fifth of 9 on the Cadence record label. It's Just Not That Easy, by request from Mike Sape, sending it out to Lenny G and Johnny G. Thank you. I do like that record. I do. Haven't played it in a long, long time. As we start to wind down here on the Vinyl Treasures show, this is a request, actually a special request. I have to thank listener Paul Michel, and he wants to send this song out to your host Johnny G, and he says for having the best vocal group harmony show on the internet, hands down. Well, thank you, Paul, for that. Much appreciated for that. Lots of people are telling me that. I really do appreciate that. And we go out to the West Coast for this singer. On the label, it says it's James Washington Lee, but in reality, this singer is Morris Chestnut Sr., who wrote this song, and he's being backed up by a vocal group called The Vows, and that is the same Vows that recorded I Want a Chance on the Marquee record label. And of course, Morris Chestnut Sr. was the father of actor Morris Chestnut Jr., and who eventually would end up singing with the OJs. And if you know the song Lonely Drifter, he is singing on that too. But here he is under an alias. I think it was George Mottola who gave him this alias. James Washington Lee, a.k.a. Morris Chestnut, from July 62 on the L&M record label. It's called I Need Somebody, by request for Paul Michael, sending it out to your host, Johnny G. Thank you, Paul.
I need somebody to hold me. Could be you, could be you. I need somebody to kiss me goodnight. Is it you, is it you? I just need someone to hold me tight. I need someone to kiss goodnight. Oh yes, who will it be? I need somebody to hold my hand. I need somebody. Could be you, yes it could. I need somebody to understand. Is it you, is it you? I gotta have someone to hold my hand. I need someone that will understand. Oh yes, who will it be? Oh, every day, every hour, every minute goes by. I need someone. I need someone to love me. I pray every night, my darling, for the good God to send me someone from up above. I need someone who's gonna hold my hand. Yes, I do. Could be you. And I need someone that will understand me. Now. Is it you? Is it you? I gotta have someone to hold my hand. I need someone that will understand. Oh yes, who will it be? I need somebody to hold me tight. Could be you, could be you. I need somebody to kiss me goodnight.
July 62 release there for James Washington Lee, a.k.a. Morris Chestnut Sr. there. I Need Somebody is the name of the tune on L&M Records, and that is a George Mottola label there. By request for Paul Michelle, sending it out to your host, Johnny G. Thank you, Paul, for that. And let's see. He got here. Charlene was also a member of the Vowels on the Lee-Bam record label and the Soundmasters on Joulette. Really, I have that record on Joulette. And the Attractions on the Renfro/Bell label. Well, very interesting information here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show. Here's the flip side from last week. Played a request for Tom Shaughnessy. Kitty lead here. His name was Little Pete, but really Robert Little Pete Downs. He was the lead singer with his group called the Youngsters. The song was called You Told Another Lie. Let's flip it over here before we file it back down in the no humidity basement. The group being backed up by the instrumentation production group called the Aristocrats. This is on the Leslie label. Let's send it out to listener Tom Shaughnessy, August 62, Little Pete and the Youngsters on the Leslie label. This is the B, I think it's the B-side. It's called I'll Never Leave You Again for Tom.
I never.
Kitty Leeds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, sending that one out to listener Tom Shaughnessy. That's Little Pete and the Youngsters. Robert Little Pete Downs on lead, August 1962. A Gus Gossard favorite tune there. I'll Never Leave You Again is the name of that one on the Leslie record label. Let's continue here. Here's another rare 45. It was funny. Greg went to the is it the FMU show that they had down in New York City? So he went to that show, and somebody had Dollar Records, okay? And this came, this Columbia 45. I mean, it's styrene, and I didn't even know this record was pressed on styrene because I tried to get a copy of this from the Count, but he wanted $3,000 for the record. It was a vinyl press, but so Greg comes over the house. He brought some records, and this, I'm talking a long time ago. So he says, "You're not going to believe what I found for $1." So he shows me this record. He goes, "I have a copy." He says, "Do you need this?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I need it." He goes, "It's stone mint." It was a blue Columbia colored sleeve. So, I was cringing on what he was going to charge me. He says, "Well, look, I got it cheap." And he was always fair with me when he got records pretty cheap. He sold them to me cheap. So he said, "Well, you can have this for $1,500. So I bought this record for $1,500, but it was a stone mint copy, and I was so thrilled to get it with this group from Steubenville, Ohio. First recorded as the Buckeyes on the Deluxe label back in 1957. Then they changed their name. They changed their name to the Stereos, had releases on Gibraltar and Cub. They had a big hit on Cub in 1961 with I Really Love You. That was a 45 my aunt purchased back then. But this is probably their hardest record that came out on the Columbia label, and I don't know why this is so hard to find. I think it was only released in 2 markets. It was released in Chicago, which I think this might be the Chicago press, why it's styrene, and was released here in New York. I think those were the only 2 No, I'm sorry, Baltimore and Chicago. It says it was only released in 2 cities, Baltimore and Chicago, and that's where this record normally turns up, but probably pulled for some reason, and it's too bad because it's a great two-sided 45. It's from October of 1962. And these are the Stereos. And who's the lead singer on this, Charlene? I didn't copy it on here. I know it's on your list. It's the normal lead, I think. I'll check it out. The Stereos on the Columbia label from October 62. See, I added this, Charlene. It's called Echo in My Heart. This is a good tune. I like a great two-sided record. Listen.
Do 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 do
Those are the Stereos. I think Bruce Robinson is the lead, I think. There you go, the Stereos there, October 62. Echo in My Heart is the name of the tune. Came out on the Columbia record label. You can get the boot of this, which comes out on Cub, interestingly enough, I think on red vinyl, too. Plays pretty nice also, so if you get the boot, it sounds really nice. You can't complain about that. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4 more 45s to go before we sign off here, and let's move into 1963 now. With we go to Philadelphia now to Bernie Binnick and Tony Mamorella's Lawn Records, also out of Philadelphia. This is a request for listener Mike Sape. Wants to send it out to all the chatters, and it's from February 63. Mike, did you send a record out to the chatters, or was it somebody else? Yeah. Oh, it was Interjit. That's who it was, I think. But this is a request for Mike Sape. Going out to all the chatters in the YouTube chat room, February 63. Her name is Flo Fay. Interesting name. Flo space Fay. On Lawn Records, it's called I'm the Richest One of All. Flo Fay.
But now my dreams are coming true, and as long as you still love me, then I'll do anything for you. If you can't imagine how much I love you, just try to I'm telling you true, that as long as you love me, I'm the richest one of all. Richest of
There you go. That's a Flo Fay from February 63, and some group there backing her up on a Lawn record label. I'm the Richest One of All is by request for listener Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. Sending it out to all the chatters. Charlene double check. That is correct. There you go, chatters. Let's continue here for this request for listener Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. Now, Charlene, did it say that this group was from San Francisco, California? Because this label, I just saw, this label's out of New York City. That doesn't mean it can't happen. But I just didn't I only was able to rewrite everything up to number 24 tonight. So I didn't really get to check these other ones here. So it says this group from San Francisco, California called the Franciscans. And it features Benny Stevens Jr. on lead. From September 63. So, I don't know. We'll see. The Franciscans on the Jimbo record label, which is out of New York City, going out to listener Daniel Kubacki. It's called Walk to the Bottom of the Sea. These are the Franciscans for Daniel.
I will walk beside the sea.
It's a very odd record. So hopefully you got your scuba gear on if you're walking to the bottom of the sea. There you go, September 63, by request for listener Daniel Kubacki, the Franciscans, on the Jimbo label, Walk to the Bottom of the Sea. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I really like this next tune as we go to California here. This group out of Los Angeles, California. It's on Lou Bedell's Dore record label. The group's only release. It's produced by Bobby Sanders, arranged by Gene Page. It came out in March of 1963. We're going to send this one out to Josue Perez. It features Don Thomas on lead, and he also wrote the tune. Let's give a listen to The Symbols. The Symbols on the Dore record label. It's called Last Year About This Time.
Last year, about this time, you put your lovely lips to mine and said we'd have a love forever. Not to love, but I didn't want to believe them. But now I love about this
That group called The Symbols. The Symbols on Lou Bedell's Dore record label, released in March of 1963, features Don Thomas on lead. That's a great tune there. I like that record, always did. Comes, I guess, I don't know, the yellow label. Is that the promo label? I don't know, because I got this multiple ways. I have it like the, with that you know, that like powder blue label with lines, without lines. So I don't know what happened with that record. But there you go. That's a great tune. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. Want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That's for all requests and all record related and just correspondence with your host, Johnny G. So thank you all for tuning in this evening, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I do. This is really the only time I get to listen to my records and kind of enjoy them, even though I'm multitasking here. So it's always a fun time to do that. But finding the records was easy because I was able to rewrite a lot of the stuff that Charlene sent me today. So that was a good thing. And thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. You did really well on this list. You did, I have to tell you that. And I will be back next Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. till midnight, and we are on Oldies and More Radio in overtime here. So thank you all for that. If you like Soul 45's, tune in on Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. to midnight. It'll be here on Oldies and More Radio, also live. Everything's live on YouTube. And then the very next day in the afternoon at 1 o'clock, we will be continuing with the Times Square record countdown of it's July and August of 1962. We left off at number 118, which was the Quins, Hong Kong. Now there's a lot of common, I don't want to call them common, but some people will know a lot of those group records, and they're nice to hear. Some of them are like hard to get though on original, and they were selling, second and third presses in the store. But I have them all. The only one I don't have is number 3. That's going to have to be a 78. So that's going to get Johnny G into the 78 mode once I try it. But that won't be for a couple weeks, though. So we'll continue with that. And then again, back here on Saturday night. So thank you all. Send your requests to Johnny G, vinyltreasures at AOL.com. And we're going to close the show tonight with a request for California listener Matey Campboy. I can't tell you much about this record either. It's, I think, Gina this is on the Gina label, and I think it's out of New York. I'm not sure. Lenny McKay is the writer, and this is the intended B-side. It's from 1964, I think, or it sound, I don't know, but they're called the String Beans. Okay, I had string beans for dinner tonight. The String Beans from 1964. This is for Matey Campboy on the Gina label. The song is called Star Bright. There's like a couple of different versions of this, so I don't know which one I have. Maybe somebody can identify it out there and email me with it. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you all for being loyal listeners to the show, and for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I do. So thank you all. So everybody have a safe and happy week. I'll see you here next time on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Everybody have a good night. Take care. So long for Matey.
Star bright.
Star.